Okay, today we are playing a game on Hollywood. We are playing McCree the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a placement game, which is one of my favorite excuses to do less work and say I don't care what the team comp is, because who knows what SR we're in? Man, it could be anything. It's definitely gold or plat, but it could be anything, dude. So, hey, future me, you're welcome. You had to do less video editing. So let's start the game. So we've got to defend Hollywood first. Zenyatta and Symmetra are very far up, which is scary, because if like a Roadhog comes around that corner, then they get to fucking die. But that didn't happen to them, so good job, team. Everybody's alive. This is a scary place to stand, because we are very far up, and Hollywood, like, it's hard to stand on the balcony overlooking the choke point because the enemy team tends to just kind of shoot the fuck out of you while you're up there. So if you're not someone like Hanzo, who can, like, easily reposition, or like Widow, who can easily reposition from one balcony to the other, that's kind of a scary place to stand. But we could stand on the high ground behind the point, above the cafe, and that's a good place to stand for most mid-long-range heroes on this map. McCree is a little more close range than the other hitscan DPS are, but he still benefits from high ground just the same as everyone else. So, enemy team starting to try and get through the doorway, not exactly making tremendous progress because, like, they're trying to just walk, like, Winston doesn't know what he's doing. He's doing the Winston thing that always really upsets me when Winston players do it, which they always do, without fail. Ashe had some pretty big dreams, also. So Winston goes, alright, me get team to checkpoint. Me good tank player. Me block damage. Forgot to open the fucking pen. Hold on. Oh no, the bit's falling apart. Me block damage. Me good tank. Me put shield in choke point so teammates walk through door. No take damage. Good, good, good. It's oblivious to the fact his shield is 600 health and ergo basically made of polystyrene. But, you know, whatever. He can do whatever he wants. Far be it for me to judge him for playing a dive tank like it's a fucking shield tank. And then he's like, hey, I might not have my bubble, but that's no problem, man. I'm still a tank. I'm just gonna walk right at them, and what are they gonna do? Oh, they shot me. Well, if only I had some method of protection, something I could have done to block this damage from hitting me, but no, tragically, there was nothing I could do, dude. Such is life. So, still scary place to stand, real far up. The enemy team aren't, like, people that are too likely to punish us for it, but, you know, even so, standing that far up still pretty scary. Winston did the thing again, so, you know, that's great, excellent. We could still be on the high ground, up on the balcony over the cafe. Managed to get a headshot on Winston and killed him right there, so that's nice, while we were being damage boosted as well, so he took a lot of damage suddenly. And, yeah, they haven't figured out this whole dive comp thing yet, so we're having a pretty relaxed time so far. Not too much in the way of pressure being put our way. They've decided, you know what? We don't know what the fuck we're doing as far as a dive comp goes. Let's get the Reinhardt out here. What actually happened, though, was someone on their team went, we need a shield tank. And then someone went, fine, and they put their fun down over in the corner and picked Reinhardt. So we wait for a long time, and we get play the game. Hooray. Tremendous. It is correct to... Yep, you show them. It is correct if the enemy team are, like, gathering up behind a shield to just channel Deadeye on them for as long as possible, because it is still increasing in damage even after the little skull has locked onto it, so if a bunch of people are gathering up behind a barrier, you can just build up as much damage as physically possible, so, like, channel for, like, 5 out of 6 seconds, and then 1 or 2 shots is going to break the barrier, and you'll kill everybody else stood behind the barrier. Most people do not know that that's how Deadeye works, but it is actually still going up in damage. Now, it did go real far out there, and nothing they've shown us so far is too scary in terms of going all the way out there, but, like, if somebody on their team suddenly changed to, like, Widow or Hanzo, there was a good chance we died out there, but didn't happen, so, you know, no problem. We've got Deadeye built up again. Mechanically speaking, we're pretty good at the game. We've clicked on the bad mans accurately and repeatedly, and that's very satisfying to see when we are playing a precision-based hero, such as one of the hit scan heroes. Enemy team, no, nothing too interesting happening over there. Moira got picked off. Great job, Moira. You know, they've only got 50 seconds left, so people getting picked off right now is not exactly good, but some people are just gonna go off and do their own thing, aren't they? Ooh, fuck, damn. She's gonna be mad about that one. She basically went from 100 to 0, because we got 97% off of one shot, so she's mad about that one. Hey, Winston's back, doing the thing again. Yeah, you know, oh, fuck, I ain't gonna let not having a shield stop me. We're fucking going in, dude. Now we're going up to control the high ground. Took us a little while to get up here, but we're up here now. And just channel on it a little while. Ooh, that's a very unfortunate self-destruct for her. We could have just fanned the hammer on him for that one, which is, I believe... Well, he had Discord Orb on him, didn't he? Did he have Discord Orb on him when we stunned him? Because I believe if they're discorded, it's always better. No, he didn't have it on him until right after the stun. We could have just fanned the hammer on him. We didn't have the roll. Do you kill a tank if you don't have roll at the time? This is me showing everything I know about McCree, right? I don't think you actually kill the tank undiscorded unless you have roll up for the reload, but I might be wrong. Either way, we clicked on the bad man's skull, which is ultimately ideal. Even if, you know, if you click on the bad man, if you left click on that bad man's skull, then that's just as good as if you fan the hammered on him. And it feels way better than using Fan the Hammer, with the added benefit of you won't have to hear the people on the other team typing in, right click, much skill, wow. So, you know, clicking on the bad man's head is always preferable to using the Fan the Hammer, just for that benefit alone. Because you know it, especially if it's a flanker, heaven forfend that you use Fan the Hammer on a man that you have stunned point blank. They will immediately spring into life. So, it didn't exactly go very well for them on their push, so I'm always expecting to see, like, at least one turret, Orisa, and probably a Mei on the enemy team if their push goes really badly. Like, well, we got a super turtle, right? So what do? I've got it. We pick some fucking turrets. So, we're not really getting much value right now, because we're just sat back here, like, left-clicking into the barrier, which isn't really getting us much. We can fan the hammer, roll, fan the hammer, and, like, pretty much break this fucking barrier right in front of us, if we are not feeling too inclined to, like, go more up to actually click on the bad men. But we could go up and use this doorway for cover. We do have to worry about, like, Mei coming over to bully us, but as McCree, we're not as concerned about that as other people because we have the flashbang, so that's helpful versus Mei. Because we didn't exactly get a huge amount of value out of our hero during that team fight, because we just kind of sat back clicking on the barrier for a while our teammates were in there, like, trying to fight the bad men. We didn't exactly contribute much damage right there. We shouldn't be this far up. There's no reason to do that, because we have to wait for our teammates to do it right now, and we just end up risking death, which is not good. So we've got a Reinhardt to stand behind now, hopefully. You know, you never know what the Reinhardt player is going to get up to when the fight actually starts. Frequently it is not holding the shield up, but theoretically, we've got a Reinhardt to stand behind now. We've almost got Deadeye built up. English is a hard language, okay? Leave me alone. So, we're low health. Be very preferable if someone could heal us. You can't really rely on it, like, nobody's looking at us. I push the button, I'm like, oh, let's go get a large health kit, but, you know. They did use, Coalescence during that team fight, so, hey, that's gone at least. Mei blocked the flashbang, but she's still really far up, so we might be able to get her anyway. Didn't manage to get her. Orisa comes over to help. Unfortunate. Mercy is now using Valkyrie, so we're pretty committed to this team fight. We decide to use Deadeye. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, alright, great. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use much out of Deadeye right there. In a way, like, you know, it's fun. I'm not bothered about using Deadeye like that. It's just like, you know, well, Diva ult, Deadeye, two not incredible ultimates. We will trade one, like, 5 out of 10 ultimate for, like, a 6 out of 10 ultimate. Incredible. And you can decide for yourself which of the two ultimates is the 6 out of 10 ultimate. So, things, you know, could be going better. Symmetra definitely should not have used her ultimate right there, because most of her team is dead by that point. You know? Some people, this is a far worse combination of healers that we've got right now. Would you see that guy? He's got the silver on him. So is the other guy. Oh, more justification for me not doing the team comp right at the start. Oh, fantastic news. Look at that. Even though, like, a platinum player can be cute with a silver player. Dude, don't even worry about it, man. It's fine. It's fine. So, Symmetra, I wouldn't recommend going up there. I'm not so bothered about us doing it, because we've at least got the flashbang. I was like, Symmetra going up to fight Mei is definitely not a good idea. Us going up to fight the Mei is pretty risky, seeing as we just, like, got hit right as we went through the teleporter. And this is a pretty exposed location. This is really, really scary to be continuing to take part in the fight while we were so low, but we ended up not dying, so all's well. It was a very risky maneuver. We can, like, fight Mei as McCree, no real issue, just because the flashbang is really good. It's not one and done, like, guaranteed we're gonna kill the Mei or anything, but it's relatively safe overall for McCree to fight Mei. The problem is just the exposed location up here. The enemy team, fortunately, are not super scary in terms of just, like, shooting up here, but we did know they also had a Diva. So if, like, Diva comes up here to help Mei, we are completely fucking dead. There's no way we fight off McCree and Mei. So at that point, our only hope is, hey, as long as I hope the teleport doesn't get destroyed so I can just leave again. So it is a risky maneuver. I would have probably done the same thing, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm a very brazen boy, I'm a brazen raisin. But I will point out that it is a very risky maneuver all the same, just because, you know, there's a diva over there and this is an exposed location. And we did almost die, so yeah. Very unfortunate to get yanked off right as we started doing that. Could we have foretold that this would happen, really? Nah, not really. Yeah, and by that point, like, dump down in front of the enemy team, the best you can pretty much do is just, like, drop the ult and get out. Unfortunately, Diva does manage to absorb it, but getting yanked off was the real heartbreaker part of it, and couldn't really see that one coming unless you just, like, because we never even, like, saw Orisa during the team fight, to say. It is a risky place to start using Deadeye, because it is, like, a pretty exposed location, not a great angle, but they don't have much in the way of team comp that'll just, like, slap us dead. So, at the same time, not super scary. That was a very optimistic use of the flashbang, given what we're looking at right there. And even if it landed, what was it really going to do? Now we don't have the flashbang to use on the fire dwarf over here. He ends up clapping us right as the flashbang comes up. The use of the flashbang we went for was never really likely to accomplish very much, on top of being very optimistic at the same time, hoping it would hit them at all to begin with. So, two reasons for a not great flashbang. And hey, you know, even if we had it to fight the Fire Dwarf, the team fight wasn't exactly going tremendously regardless, so, you know. Yeah, I fucking hope we got play of the game. I fucking hope we did. I remember it as though it were yesterday. Oh, who the fuck was that like, skated by? Oh, it's Bob. Okay, I thought that was someone's body got launched past us. No, it was Bob. It was a Bob. Have you fucking seen the patch notes that includes the bug fix for Ash fixed a bug where Ash was unable to generate ult charge while Bob existed. That's fucking ridiculous. So, I understand why this is consistent with some ultimates, right? Because, like, Bob is similar to Hammond's Minefield and Hanzo's Dragon Strike, where it spawns a separate entity to you, and they are allowed to generate ult charge while the mines and the dragon are on the map. Okay, so I understand the overlap. But the thing is, right, this is the thing. Bob is better than those ultimates, for one thing. But, like, Ash is... The thing that is concerning to me about that change, and I'm speaking as someone who likes playing Ash. I'm a big fan of Ash. She is the DPS I play, and I try to play her frequently, right? As someone who plays Ash, it absolutely should not work that way. Because, like, just imagine a world where, like, we're playing, like, a 2CP map or a King of the Hill map. The enemy team is relatively tank-heavy, or they've just got, like, a Roadhog or a D.Va on their team, right? Like, while Bob's out there, it is not unreasonable to assume Ash will get close to using a second Bob while the first Bob is still out. Because Bob's out for a while. Ash does a lot of damage. Like, if you get, like, your dynamite on a bunch of people and you can shoot at a tank at the same time Bob is out, dude, you're gonna be really close to having a second Bob by the time Bob goes out. And I get that's kind of an ideal world circumstance to talk about, but, like, given the range Ash can fight at, the amount of damage Ash can do, and the fact that she is a hit scan DPS with a big AoE ability, she should not be able to generate ult charge while Bob is on the field. This is not okay. I don't think this is okay. I'm expecting this to change. But here's the other thing, right? And here's the bigger thing for me, right? How the fuck do you ship a hero that has such a huge bug and then let that bug just sit for months? Fucking another hero has come out since Ash was released, and they've just changed that bug yesterday. June 3rd. It's fucking ridiculous. This is exactly the same as when they released Moira, and then, like, fucking 6 months later, they went, oh, there's been a bug where Moira's been able to heal through barriers. Oh, fucking was that a bug? Oh, I see. So, you shipped this hero with such an enormous bug and didn't think to yourselves, maybe we should try and fix this sometime in the near future, because not like either of these bugs are particularly subtle effects, right? It's not something you're just gonna overlook a lot of the time, right? Because when they saw this change for Ash, I was like, this isn't intended? Right? Like, it's a very big bug, just like Moira healing through barriers. How the fuck did you not see it? / just decide it wasn't particularly important to fix that bug? I don't understand, and I'm very fucking mad about it. That's the thing that upsets me. I don't think Ash should work that way. I don't think Ash should be allowed to generate ult charge while Bob is on the field. But more than that, I just want to know how the fuck they think it's acceptable to ship heroes that have such enormous fucking bugs. One of these days, a bug change is gonna pop up that's something to the effects of, oh yeah, this DPS hero we released, it was supposed to be able to heal allies when it shot people, right? Like, eventually, something's gonna pop up that just completely changes the way a hero plays, right? Like, it's ridiculous, the scale of the bugs some of these heroes launch with. Like, at this point, who knows? Like, Batista, right? Like, fucking the immortality field saves you from effects like self-destruct and riptire, right? I half expect in, like, 3 months' time for a bug fix to appear saying, fixed a bug where immortality field was saving people from self-destruct and riptire, right? Like, an enormous effect. We're at that stage where I just don't trust Blizzard at this point to nail, like, basic fucking mechanics on the heroes they release. Cause fucking the track record's not looking too good, is it? Is it? Fucking Moira healing through barriers. Oh, it has a bug. Just let that one sit for like 6 months. Fucking Ashe not generating ult charge while Bob's on the field for like fucking 3 months. Something like 3-4 months. Like a long time. Motherfucker, like, fucking, do you remember release Doomfist? Do you remember Doomfist on release? Like, oh my god, I'm so fucking mad, dude. I'm so fucking mad. Anyway. So, over in the email, we've got, a couple questions. Nothing too, like, earth-shattering, but we'll address them right now. So, that a person, some context, they had an experienced FPS player, had a potato computer recently upgraded to a much better computer, and they said, please let me know what you think. Am I stuck in gold rank for 15 seasons because I am a bad player, or am I just unlucky? Does that have anything to do with my previous gaming laptop, which can barely go around 60 FPS? Also, something about the voice chat. Don't worry about the voice chat, dude. Fuck that shit. I agree. You've got a justified reason as well, but also, like, fuck voice chat, even just baseline. So, if you had a potato for a laptop, and also, like, you're not an experienced FPS player, it isn't particularly surprising to me that you would be in gold rank for a while. If anything, the fact that you were in gold rank since Season 1 in and of itself is a little bit surprising, because if you had no FPS experience before, very little FPS experience before, and you start playing Overwatch on a potato, I would expect you to be below gold, in fact, actually. So if anything, you already started, like, ahead of the curve compared to what I would have expected given the circumstances. Based off watching this game, which is a relatively short game, and one that, like, I don't think it's extreme to say that we're the reason the game was a tie, because we stopped a lot of the attackers' pushes, like, more or less by ourselves. Especially, like, the play of the game one, obviously, but, like, even in spite of, like, outside of that one, like, we picked Moira at one point before the fight started, so that push isn't really going to be going anywhere, stuff like that. Several pushes we more or less stopped by ourselves. Not entirely by ourselves, but, like, more or less we stopped by ourselves. The attacking round, I don't think, unless we were going to play incredibly well, I don't think we changed the outcome of that game, or that round rather, because, like, a lot of shit went wrong during those pushes, basically. We didn't play as well as we could have done, true enough. Like, the first push in, we didn't contribute much to that team fight, but the team fight was also over very quickly. We did some risky things, but, overall, based off how that round went, I don't think that one was really our fault. Unless we were going to play like a god during that round, I think that's more or less how that round was going to go. But we, like, pretty much saved the defense several times. So, as far as I'm concerned, like, we kind of already won, really. Like, we didn't lose SR, right? It's a draw, but, like, the defending round, we played fantastic. And then the attacking round, things went badly. But, like, on a fairly team-wide scale. So, based off this game, like, mechanically, we're pretty good. We didn't control high ground as well as we could have done during the defending round. This is not the biggest high ground map outside of the second checkpoint. The first checkpoint has some okay high ground, but not fucking phenomenal high ground, right? Like, the balcony above the cafe is no, like, fucking, Dorado checkpoint A high ground, right? Like, not Dorado. Well, Dorado also, but, to be fair, but I was thinking of, Numbani, first checkpoint high ground, right? Like, it's not phenomenal. Second checkpoint, very high ground dependent, but we never got that far. We didn't play on the second checkpoint this game. So, based off the first round, we didn't control the high ground as much as we could have done. So, that could be a thing, but based off of how we played this game, I think gold is low, based off how we played in this game. I mean, a sample size of one game, which was relatively short, so but it was the kind of, like, mechanical skill, at least, that I expect of a higher than gold player. So, that's great. Didn't control high ground. you know, that could have been better, but mechanically, pretty good. Better mechanically than me at McCree, and I have been playing FPS games for a very long time. So, hey, great job. Your aim is better than mine. So, yeah, some of it is likely to be the computer. So this is getting, like, way off track from what the actual question was. So, yeah, some of it is likely to have just been, like, the fact you didn't have experience and you were on a potato. Based off this game, I would expect you to climb now, having upgraded your computer. You know, no guarantee it's going to be any kind of quick turnaround, because the thing with climbing the ladder in any competitive game is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Most people are going to climb with like a 51-53% win ratio. Because I try and follow the mentality of the, there's a couple different variants of it, but like the 33-33-33 or the 40-20-40 rule, which is basically that, like, the one I ascribe to is 40-20-40 of the breakdown. And the way that goes is you're going to win 40% of the games you play through no input of your own, because someone on your team is going to play fantastically, someone on the enemy team is going to play terribly, someone on the enemy team is going to have a lever, troll, someone on your team is going to be like a smurf, right? Something like that's going to happen. So you're going to win 40% of your games through no fault of your own. And you're going to lose 40% of your games through no fault of your own, through the exact opposite reason that now the troll is on your team, now you're someone on your team plays really badly, someone on the enemy team plays incredibly, they have the smurf, whatever. And then the remaining 20% of games are the ones that you have potential to actually change the outcome of the game yourself. And so those are the very important games. So, you know, it's unlikely you'll climb dramatically quickly, but based off this game, I would expect you to be higher than gold. So, there you go. A little bit rambling and incoherent, but yeah, it was likely to be part of the computer, and, like, based off of how you played in this game, mechanically pretty good. The worse your computer is, the more of an impact that is. You know, like, I assume you play McCree, right? McCree is a fairly precision-based hero. So, quite a precision-based hero, one of the more precise heroes. So playing on a potato is always going to be more of a detriment to heroes like McCree, Widowmaker, Ash. So part of it will have doubtlessly been that. And then part of it will have also been, like, inexperience with the genre. But based off this game, I'd expect you to climb. So there you go. That was very rambling, incoherent, but hopefully that, you know, answered the question. Yeah, great job, team. And also, in the email, it said, you've been using my videos as a sleep aid. Dude, fantastic compliment as far as I'm concerned. My favorite YouTuber, Northern Lion, I also listen to his videos when I go to sleep. He's got a very, like, soothing voice, basically. Very well-spoken, so... as far as I'm concerned, tremendous compliment. You know, some people would say, yeah, I go to sleep listening to your videos. Well, like, am I that interesting to you? Fantastic compliment to me as far as I'm concerned, so thank you. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you felt I answered your question from the email inadequately, please let me know. I will try to expand further. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord, ask questions more directly, and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. EST to 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.